So a few of you had some great questions, and one of the questions actually related to the Trans Am series. And I thought that it was actually one of the more interesting ones because the question was, why Trans Am and what makes it so exciting? And, for me, that's one of the easiest questions I could possibly answer because I can't come up with any reason why you wouldn't want to do Trans Am racing as a driver. These cars are special. They are unbridled, thoroughbred monsters, unapologetic, powerful, loud, just ground pounding machines, just awe inspiring to watch and to race. And just the cars themselves, the DNA goes right back to the 1960s. Relatively simple, but very, very powerful and require a aggressive but subtle driving style. And the racing itself is fantastic because the cars aren't overly aerodynamic. So you've got a situation where you've got amazing amounts of horsepower to manage, torque out the wazoo, and you've got cars and tires that are built to race. They're not particularly peaky, but you can lean on them. You get one shot to get it right. You get one qualifying session in the race. You get one set of tires, 40 gallons of fuel. The Pirelli tires are fantastic. They hold up well, but minding the tire pressures is really a point of competition. And conserving the car is another thing. Brake wear is important. I've got a lot of horsepower under the hood of this Mustang, and it just flies. I mean, we're the corners going racing with these cars. I've raced at all these tracks, and they require you to put on a different mindset because the distance between the corners, it becomes connect the dots. I'll never forget the first time I was at Mid-Ohio and I drove down the back straight, and it was literally the quickest I'd ever gone down the back straight, point A to point B. So you've got to get that sort of in your head, and then you've got some braking distances that are, surprisingly deep, considering how fast you're going. But you've got to manage the downshifts, you've got to manage the upshifts. There's no ECU telling you what to do. So it's really a pure driver's car. And all I can say is that there's some guys, friends of mine, real heroes of mine. And when you talk to them and you tell them you're doing Trans Am, they break into a big smile and they say, oh yeah, those were the best cars we ever got a chance to race. And I'm just happy to be part of a series with such heritage and such a deep history. And thankfully we've managed to win a few races and put ourselves on the board. It was a series that from the time I was young, 15 years old, I can remember being out at Lime Rock and watching Trans Am in its early 90s heyday and just saying, I've got to get in one of these cars. So I was really excited to get the chance to race in the series. The team loves it. We enjoy the weekends. The competition is fantastic. The paddock camaraderie is second to none. And I just can't wait to get back to it. We've had one race this year at Sebring, and we were heading down to Atlanta, but unfortunately this coronavirus got in the way, like it has for so many other racers. But I am just chomping at the bit to get back to it. The guys were here working up until last week, just getting the car ready. So we're ready to hit the ground running and bring the number 20 and the 21 car back out onto the circuit. And I can't wait. So keep the questions coming, guys. Love talking about Trans Am, and we'll catch up soon.